Good morning. Today we're going to work the Italian bind off in the round. So we've got back to the beginning of the round and we do 2 setup rounds. The first round is a knit one, slip one with the yarn in front purlwise. And you're going to do that to the end of the round. So you knit one, bring the yarn to the front and slip that purl stitch purlwise and slide it off. Let's do that again. We knit one and slip this one purlwise. I'm going to try that. Let's see if I can zoom out. Maybe that'll be better. Okay, let's try it again. Going to knit one and slip this last one purlwise. Okay, I'll try and show it one more time. These needles are longer than they probably should be. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm gonna switch and have the yarn in my right hand. Maybe that'll be easier to see. Okay, so we're on a knit stitch, so I'm going to bring the yarn to the front and slip the next stitch off purlwise. That's better, I think. Knit, bring the yarn to the front, slip that off purlwise. Okay, I'll meet you back when we get to the beginning of the round. Okay, for the second round of your setup round, we're going to slip on with the yarn in back, bring the yarn to the front, and purl one. Bring the yarn to the back, slip one, bring the yarn to the front, and purl one. Okay, the final part of the Italian bind off is to take your tapestry needle and work all the stitches off. So we do something special for the first 2 stitches, and the way that I remember this is we're working in pairs. So we're working with a pair of knit stitches and then a pair of purl stitches. So if you remember that, that will help you kind of just see where you're at. So the repeat that we learn is knit one off, purl one. So that means we knit off this first knit stitch and then we purl one, but we're purling through that knit stitch. So we're working in pairs. Hopefully that'll make sense. Okay, but before we do anything, we start with our 2 setup stitches. I should say I switched to circular needles. I thought that would be easier to see so there weren't so many needles in the way. Okay, so the first 2 stitches, we are going to purl through that knit stitch and kind of pull snug, and then bring the needle back around, and we're gonna take it up through that purl stitch and we're gonna knit through. So let's see if I can show that easier. My needles come up through between the knit and the purl stitch, and I'm gonna insert my needle knitwise into that purl stitch and purl. Okay, now that we've done those first 2 setup stitches, we're gonna work in our pattern repeat. So we knit one off, and then you can pull the yarn through at this point, but I just like to do 2 steps in one. So I'm going to take that needle and purl it through that next knit stitch. Come on, focus. Bring my yarn through and I pull and then kind of stretch it out because I don't want this to be too tight. So now the next step is to purl off. So I'm going to take this purl stitch, purl it off, and then come into this next purl stitch and insert the needle knitwise. And then pull the yarn through, kind of pull on it, and then again I just kind of tug on that. Okay, so the pattern is knit one off, purl one off, knit one. And don't feel bad if it takes you a while to learn it. It took me probably 3 or 4 times of doing this consistently before I got the pattern down. But just go slow and keep checking your notes and you'll get the hang of it. Knit one off, purl one off, knit one. Okay, I'm gonna work all the way around until I get to my last couple stitches, and then I'll show you how I finish it off. Okay, here we are for the last few stitches, and I'll just show you how I like to finish this off. So I've just finished with a purl one. So now I'm going to purl one off and knit one. And now the next 2 steps are to knit one off, purl one, but there's no other stitches. So what I'm gonna do, see if I can come in closer. I'm gonna knit this one off, and then I'm gonna purl through this knit stitch that we've already worked. So we're going to knit one off and come over here and purl through this one. And the same thing, I'm gonna purl one off, and then I turn my work over and I'm gonna find next purl stitch, which is actually a knit stitch on this side. Let's see, and I'm gonna run it through that loop right there, which is in the purl row. And I do that, and I just find that helps close the gap really well. You see this gap we have when we did our cast on, and I don't want any gap between where I started and where I finished the bind off. So that's all you do. My favorite thing about this technique is it looks pretty much identical to the cast on, which is really important for me. I want my cast ons to look just as good as my bind offs.